Rosalie? Mama, darling, you look lovely.
Yeah?
What kind of a dress is that?
So hostess gown, Pamela. What do you mean?
It's the first time you ever wore it.
Well, I never had any reason or occasion for it.
Where'd I buy it for you?
When you bought it for me 3 years ago for my birthday.
Oh.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Say, darling, put on your coat, huh? David, now don't sit with you suspended. Rosa, darling, go inside, make coffee, put the fruit in the bowl, and put cookies on a plate.
Okay.
What time did you ask him over?
I didn't ask, but I'm sure some fall in. That's the regular procedure when new people move in the neighborhood.
Leave it to your mother. It won't take long before she's a social butterfly.
Why should it be different here than it was in the Bronx?
Oh, she was certainly the belle of East Tremont Avenue.
Your father's not so bad either. Your husband, believe it or not, has been invited to speak at the Haverhill Rotary Club.
Mean it, Jay?
I do.
Why not, Pa? They'll be very interested. You know, dress manufacturing's a new industry in Haverhill.
Well, I must say it made me feel good when I got the invitation.
Did you meet any of your neighbors, Molly, there?
Well, I have a nodding acquaintance with 4 houses, and I said come up and see me sometime.
Well, sometime can be any time. Why are you assuming tonight is the night?
Because I read someplace in an etiquette book where new people move into a community, the immediate neighbors show their respect and ring the bell the first week they live there. And this is already the last day of the first week, Jake.
I see.
Sally, darling, did you put on your college pin?
You know Dora's got my fraternity pin, Ma.
Sam will open his mouth, and with 5 words, everybody will know he's a college man.
I wish you had told me you were expecting.
So what would be?
I would have taken a nap after supper.
Jake.
Everything's ready, Ma.
Yeah, did you locate Mozart, Beethoven, and Bach?
They also moved to Haverhill?
Mama meant the records, Uncle Dave.
Now, don't start with the symphony records now. I'm not in such a cultured mood. And besides, Molly, you don't have to try to make an impression on your neighbors. Haverhill will take you to their hearts like Tremont Avenue did, believe me.
It certainly will.
I hope so.
You play, Jay. I would think slowly before I did that.
Well, it looks like you're going to win this game, too.
Mm-hmm. That'll make 3 in a row. If anybody was going to come, wouldn't they be here already?
Oh, didn't I tell you somebody would come? You have your coat on?
Mm-hmm.
And Jake, please be friendly and be a hostess.
Well, answer the door already.
Yeah.
Good evening, Ms. Goldberg.
Oh, yes?
I thought you might want to buy some tickets for our bazaar and dance. It's a benefit for the Haverhill Volunteer Firemen, hook and ladder.
Oh, yes, surely. Won't you come in and meet my family? Jake, this is the hook and ladder. It's Mr. Goldberg and...
Fred Hamilton.
How do you do?
Fred Hamilton. Meet my Uncle David.
Romaine.
Mr. Romaine.
My daughter Rosalie.
Oh, Rosalie.
And my son Samuel.
Hello, Sam. How do you do?
I'll take your hat, Mr. Hamilton. And won't you sit down?
Well, I'm
please?
afraid I don't have much time.
Well, I'll get my purse.
Chess, huh? Who's the chap?
Uncle David here.
I'm afraid he's got you.
As usual.
Chess is my father-in-law's game. The only trouble is there isn't very much competition for him in Haverhill. Say, why don't you come over and challenge my father-in-law sometime?
Well, thank you. It'll be my pleasure.
I'll have him give you a ring. His name is Hopkins.
Hopkins. I'll remember. Thank you.
Mr. Goldberg, you know, this is a volunteer fire department. We'd like you as one of our members.
Well, thank you.
How about you, Mr. Romaine?
Since I was 3 years old, I wanted to be a hook and ladder.
Well, all kids do, I guess. Well, we meet every Wednesday night on Clark Street. Well, I've got a lot of calls to make. You folks want any tickets?
Oh, we're great believers in fire prevention.
Well, they're $1 apiece.
Well, I'll take 5, please.
Yeah. That's $5.
Thank you. My privilege and my honor.
Well, see you at a fire.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't forget the chess. My hat.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Rosalie, put the tickets in the fruit bowl.
Maybe you'll make some of your apple strudel for the bazaar, Molly.
Why not? I will. What time is it?
Well, on my watch, it's...
Oh, telephone. Somebody's calling to see if they're receiving. Hello?
Hello?
Speak gently.
Hello?
Tell them the time doesn't matter.
I beg your pardon?
Is it the house next door or down the block?
Just a minute, Ma. No, I'm sorry. This is 4861. Wrong number.
Wrong number? Did you ask them if they're calling the Goldbergs?
No, it wasn't for us.
Well, very often I call the right party and get the wrong number.
But it's also possible that it was the wrong number. It's getting late, Molly.
The lights are on all over. And the etiquette book said the first week.
Where are you going, Molly?
To take off my hostess gown. Good night, Papa Doll.
Night, Rosalie.
The door. Who's opening the door?
I'll take it.
Let Papa.
No,
Let
please.
Papa.
Goldberg?
That's right.
A horseshoe.
Gosh. Success?
Beautiful.
For who?
For you, Ma. May you have as many friends in Haverville as you had at 1038 Tremont Avenue, the Bronx. Look.
Mrs. Herman, Mr. and Mrs. Silverstone and family, Mrs. Fishbein and mother.
Mr. and Mrs. Barnett and all the Barnetts.
Hazel Corn, your butcher.
Goodbye.
And don't be lonesome.
Listen, when the mountains didn't come, what Muhammad did, I'll do.
Good. Not everybody reads etiquette books.
You're right, Jake. I'm going to do everything to make friends in my new environment. I'm going to extend myself.
Do that.
Pa, can you drop me off at school?
I have to drop Sammy off at the railroad station first. He's making the 802.
Sammy, well, Papa's waiting.
Don't be lonesome, Ma.
Me?
Bye, Ma.
Goodbye.
I'll see you Friday night.
And study good and give my love to Dora.
I will. Don't be lonesome.
That's what I don't want to hear again, ever and never.
Wait, Jake, you'll drop me off at the garden equipment and hardware store.
Hurry, Uncle David. I'll miss my train.
Yes. You want something, Molly?
No, I'm going shopping for myself later.
Don't be lonesome, Molly.
Listen, Muhammad was also lonesome, so he did something.
When it comes to making friends and influencing people, leave it to Molly.
That's something I never had trouble with, never.
Come on, I'm going to be late.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Molly.
Hello, Davy Cracker. What's your real name?
Billy Stevens.
Oh, my, what a nice name. Would you like a cookie?
Mm-hmm.
Come. Come, Billy. Well, I know your name, but you don't know mine.
What is it?
Mrs. Goldberg. Take it.
What's your first name?
Molly Goldberg.
Molly Gold.
Where do you live, Billy?
Down the block.
Oh, well, come for cookies any time to Mrs. Goldberg. I'm the cookie lady.
Thanks. Could I have another one?
Sure, take.
Thanks.
Bye. Goodbye. Tell Mama she wants my recipe. She can have it if you like my cookies.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. I'm your new adjacent neighbor, Mrs. Goldberg.
Oh, how do you do? I'm Mrs. Carey.
How do you do? It'd be very nice if you would fall in on us sometime.
Thank you.
Some coffee and a snack.
Oh, no, I never eat between meals.
Well, I don't blame you. I try not to also not. Because what's good for you is not good for me also. We're like two peas in a pot.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, we like to eat, evidently, so we have a lot in common.
Your weight may worry you, but my weight does not worry me.
Well, what I mean is this. We can eat what's good for us and not what's bad for us. And I know a book about getting thin, and if you would like it, I would...
I never discuss my eating habits. Thank you.
Morning. I'm your adjacent neighbor. We didn't have time yet to put our name in the front lawn. Goldberg.
How do you do? I'm Mrs. Peterson.
How do you do? Pleased to meet you. I see by the dainties on the line that you have a grown daughter.
Yes, I have. She's going to be married soon.
Oh, my, congratulations. If you didn't buy the wedding dress yet, you see, Mr. Goldberg manufactures wedding dresses, and you can get it wholesale.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, yes. And anything you want for yourself or your friends, just give me the size and you can get it wholesale.
Thank you very much, I'm sure. But my husband happens to own and operate a retail dress shop on Main Street.
Is that so?
Yes. I thought there was a law against wholesalers selling to retail customers.
Well,
Do you know what this can do to a small shop like my husband's? It can put him out of business. That's what it can do. We have a big investment in our store, and I think what you're doing is not very ethical. Are you the lady that gave my child these chocolate cookies?
yes, I am.
Well, I should think you'd know enough not to give a child anything to eat without asking his mother first. Billy's allergic to chocolate cookies. It's probably going to blow up like a balloon in the next few hours. Now, I know you didn't mean any harm, but I'll ask you, please, never to do such a thing again. Here.
Oh, Molly, dear. Well, did Muhammad go to the mountains? Did you meet any of your neighbors? What's the matter, Molly?
Nothing.
Why, nothing when I see something? What happened already?
3 times I opened my mouth and 3 times I put my foot in it.
That's so?
It was better already if Muhammad didn't come to the mountain.
What happened today, David?
Molly didn't tell you?
Don't ask her any questions, Pa. She's very upset.
Don't I know? She didn't eat a morsel of supper, not a word did she speak. What happened?
Well,
Shh. Yes, Ma? I can't find my stationery. It's not in the fruit bowl.
I know where it is. I'll get it.
want to play a rummy tonight, Molly, dear?
No, thank you. I'm writing thank you notes to my beloved ones in the Bronx for their beautiful horseshoe.
Molly, when are you going to throw out that reminder of your past?
Never. Never, Jake. When the flowers wither, I'll take the horseshoe and put it in the attic. And I'll take the flowers and I'll put it in a book. Never, Jake. Never. Oh, how my friends in the Bronx loved me.
How do you know they won't love you in Haverhill?
Jake, is there a law that says you can't sell retail if you're wholesale?
There is.
Here, Ma. You take my dictation?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Is yes or no?
Ma, don't get so upset.
What did I say? What did I say? I said I have a get thin book, so she got insulted. What child don't like chocolate cookies? Should I know a child is allergic to chocolate cookies? My children were never allergic to chocolate cookies. I even called her up and I said, how is Billy? Did he blow up yet? And she got insulted. Right. Dear Mrs. Herman.
I'll take it. I'll get it.
I got it. Hello? Yes.
Who?
Just a minute.
For me?
It's long distance.
How long?
Who? Oh, hello, Mrs. Herman.
My Mrs. Herman? Oh, give me.
Just a minute.
Talk a little bit, David. Talk a little bit so I pull my emotions together. Talk a little.
How are you? No, she's here. Only she's pulling herself together. Well, Molly, you'll pull together. It's long distance.
Hello. Hello, Mrs. Hyman. How are you? Fine. Darling, for that horseshoe stepped across the threshold. Yeah, well, I'm going to write to everybody, sure. Oh, friendship. Listen, dear, I'm knitting for 2 little booties and a slip and a sweater. Tell me, how is everybody, the grocery lady? And how is Hazel Coleman Butcher? I'm glad. Did she have yet from around the corner? A girl? Oh, yeah, wonderful. Me? Oh, I'm fine. I'm the belle of Haverhill. Mom.
Hello, Mrs. Herman. She's very lonesome. Why don't you come out and spend a few days with her? Well, the sooner the better. Believe me, Mrs. Herman, this is more important than your grandchild's birthday. Please. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. We'll surprise her, huh? Yes, I'll meet you. Fine. And thank you. Goodbye. Mrs. Herman will be here tomorrow.
You asked her to come?
Well, you heard me.
Well, and what'll be when Mrs. Herman goes home?
Jake, I made up my mind. I made my decision. I'm going to be a captain of my own fate. This is my home, and this is where I'm going to live, and this is where I'm going to make my life. Did I ever have trouble with people?
Never.
Never.
Where are you going, Molly?
To commune with myself.
But why are you taking the horseshoe?
For inspiration. Hello, Mrs. Stevens. This is Mrs. Goldberg, the lady that gave your little boy the chocolate cookies. Did he blow up yet? Because I want to pay for all damages and all doctor expenses, etc., etc. Oh, well, I'll be very glad to. Thank you. See? She wants me to step in. I wonder why.
Mama, darling, I'm ready.
Where are you going?
I still have a strudel in the oven, darling. Take my broom and put it in. If it comes out dry, cool it.
Where are you going?
And take everything next door and say it's a snick-snack for me and put in the card that I wrote out. Neighborly yours.
All right, but where are you going?
The Peterson's dress shop. Come, Rosalie. Hurry, please. I'll be close. Did Papa go to pick up Mrs. Herman?
Yes, but not a syllable to Mama.
Rosalie, are you coming up hither or not?
Okay, Ma.
Mommy, darling, you look beautiful. Yeah? So go slip, too. Let me see how the dress looks on you. David?
Huh?
So how do you like my new dress? Huh?
Beautiful.
So where's Jake lingering so long? He went to get a cigar. How long does it take to get a cigar? Oh, so there he is. Jake, where were you so long? No. I don't believe it. Surprise! Mrs. Herman. Oh, my darling. Oh, my God, let us
Hello,
see.
Mrs. Herman.
Uncle David,
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, Jake, why didn't you tell me? You knew it, too. Come in.
Oh, what a beautiful house.
You like
Oh, you fixed it up beautifully.
I'm all early American. Wait, so let me look at you.
Only for you would I come. It's my grandchild's birthday tomorrow. But when I heard that you were lonesome, and the way you sounded over that telephone, you of all people lonesome. When I told the women, they were heartbroken. They said, Mrs. Herman, pack. Go and stay with Mrs. Goldberg as long as you can. We'll all take turns. Mrs. Silverstone is arranging to come next week to spend a few days with you. But you know something? In spite of everything, you look wonderful.
Hello, Mrs. Herman.
Rosalie, darling. Oh, Lord. Look at that beautiful dress.
Brand new. I just got it. Pa, do you like it?
Another new dress. You've got a closet full of dresses.
Mama got one, too.
Huh? Where did you buy them?
Peterson's. Retail. My neighbor has a retail store. Excuse me. Oh, I'm so excited. I was loved.
Mrs. Goldberg.
Mrs. Carey.
Mrs. Goldberg, you genius, you. I've eaten plenty of food in my life, as you can see. But whatever was in this pot...
Simmis.
Simmis. Well, it was just heaven. And the fish? Gefilte. Oh, and the little pies? Strudel. I never tasted anything like it in my life. Never.
I'm glad you liked it. I'd like you coming to meet my family, please.
Oh, yes.
This is Mrs. Carey, my husband, Mr. Goldberg.
How do you do?
And my Uncle David.
Romaine.
And my Rosalie.
Oh,
How do you do,
little
Mrs.
Rosalie.
Carey? And I want you to meet Mrs. Herman, please. This is my New York neighbor. We lived adjacent Windsor 2 years.
Oh.
Mrs. Carey.
How do you do?
I'm very glad to know you.
I'll take it.
I'll get it. I got it. Hello? Yes, 1 minute. Mal, dear, hook and ladder for you.
Hook and ladder for me? Hello? Yes, speaking. Oh, yes, of course. Just 1 minute. Jay, darling, I told the Hook and Ladder that you would give them a fashion show for their bazaar.
You did?
Yeah, all right?
Fine.
Hello? Yes, of course. How's... Oh, you did? Oh, thank you very much. Wait until I jot, please. Rosie, darling, jot me down in my calendar, please. Tuesday evening on the entertainment committee for the Hook and Ladder.
Okay,
Please.
Ma.
Thank you very, very much. I'll be there. Bye.
Mrs. Goldberg, if you're free on next Thursday, I'd like to propose you as a member of our gourmet club. I'd like you to make a little talk on tsinis and strudel and well, all around the world dishes.
Thank you. Rosie, darling, put me down for Thursday next. Excuse me. Just a minute. Momentarily. Mrs. Goldberg!
Oh.
No apology.
Billy's perfectly all right. Your chocolate cookies didn't hurt him a bit. So I knew there must be something wrong with mine. Probably the soda. Anyway, if you'll just give me your recipe, Billy can have all the chocolate cookies he wants.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Please come in and meet my family.
How do you do?
This is my Uncle David.
Romaine.
And my husband, Mr. Goldberg.
How do you do?
My pleasure.
And my daughter, Rosalie.
Rosalie?
How do you do?
Oh, Daisy, hello.
And this is my friend, Mrs. Herman from New York.
How do you do?
Hello? Yes, it's for you, Molly.
Oh, thank you. Hello? Who? Humphreys?
I gave her your name. It's about the garden club.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Humphrey. Yes. Oh, I'll be very glad. Thank you for the invitation. Bye. Oh, my. Rosalie put me down for Friday for the garden club.
Oh, is Mrs. Goldberg going to be with us in the garden club?
She certainly is.
Oh, how nice.
1 minute.
Everything.
1 second.
Good evening, Mrs. Goldberg. Well, do you like your dress today?
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
Lovely.
Please come in and meet my family.
Oh, I'd love to. Hello, girl.
Hi, Julie. My Rosalie.
How do you do?
And this is Mr. Goldberg, my husband.
How do you do?
And my Uncle David.
Romaine.
And this is Mrs. Herman, my friend from New York.
Very glad to
And this is Mrs. Peterson.
Oh, Mr. Goldberg, my husband wants to know if he can come down to your factory and look at your line.
I'd be delighted.
And everybody, remember,
You're expected at my daughter's wedding.
Oh,
2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today. I'm the one who has the letters. And Rosalie.
Mr. Goldberg, what time is it?
5 minutes to 10. Why?
I'd like to take the 10:30 train back to New York.
But you just got here.
Well, I only came because you told me she was lonesome. Look. Goodbye, Mrs. Goldberg.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to New York. It's my grandchild's birthday tomorrow. Goodbye, darling. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'll write. I'll tell the Bronx how busy you are.
Do that. And tell them that my calendar is overflowing.
I will. Goodbye, darling. Goodbye.